Aloha no kako, everyone. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode with me. And this is episode 2. And out of all the episodes that I'm pretty much going to create, I think this is going to be the most important one because it involves filming and it involves Hawaiian culture and how I'm going to integrate both into one. So let's get started. So the first thing that I want to talk about, and I kind of mentioned it in my first video a little bit about it. In the Hawaiian concept, aloha is how you treat people. It's an expression how you treat yourself as a person. It's how you treat your environment, whether it be the ocean, the land, the forest, and all the creatures that's within it. So when I'm explaining this value of aloha, I don't want you to grab a pen and paper and try to figure it out and dissect it. Especially if you're moving from the United States or other countries and you wanted to know more about this thing called aloha and what is the deep meaning behind of it. As Hawaiians, it's more than a feeling. It's a lifestyle. It's how we do things. Every single day it involves that particular style of aloha. It is who we are. It is our reputation as Hawaiians and how we hold ourselves and how we value ourselves and our people. And the beautiful thing about it is that we haven't lost it. It's just that people who come here to Hawaii who doesn't have an understanding about what aloha is besides hello and goodbye and love, they abuse that word. They misuse that word and exploit that word. And this ancestral knowledge that we have, it's one that we give freely. But aloha is, when you give, we're not expecting anything back. But the person who knows aloha will automatically give in return because that is how it works. If you do filming in Hawaii, there's protocol that needs to be followed. And if you don't have an understanding about Hawaii and if you're thinking that everybody doesn't know everybody, you're wrong. In Hawaii, because the Hawaiians have intermarried into all different cultures and races that lives in these islands, everybody pretty much know of somebody or related to that person and have that connection. And that's a special thing within these islands. And you want to be a part of that in a pono or right way, right? And that's what I'm here to share with you of how to work and create film that you can network, that you can build these relationships so that you can share these stories in an aloha and respectful way. For generations, Hawaiians has always been suppressed. And our reputation and our stories is what we have. And we want to keep that and cherish that. And we don't want people exploiting that and telling untruths about how we share our stories and how the stories are put together. Aloha no kako, I just wanted to remind you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Hawaiian in the City, if you would like to join me and watch more videos of my episodes of how to film in Hawaii 101. I'm going to let you get back to the video, but until next time, ahui ho. For me, when I do documentaries, I really listen to all my interviews, and especially this last one that I did. It took 20 years of me creating it, and I had to really listen to the stories and really do the research and putting this project together and putting all these different leaders and these practitioners together to share the story about this one common goal that we have in protecting our ancient Hawaiian burials. So right here is a list that I created, and it's in no particular order, and I don't want you to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the order of how to value of aloha. This list that I have, I'm just going to kind of go down and I'll just kind of give you some examples. But having a positive attitude always is a great thing. Anything with aloha that you're going to show love and kindness and anything positive is part of that. Aloha absorbs all the goodness, not the bad, the good. So having a positive attitude is, first of all, good. Next is to be giving, right? If you have more than what you have, please give, share. That's part of aloha. As Hawaiians, we don't have that much, but we still give. And if we don't have anything at all, we still give and give and give, or whatever, because that's part of our Hawaiian culture. We give until we cannot give anymore. And we've been doing that for generations and generations. And it's okay, because that is part of the Hawaiian culture. Next thing is to be loving, right? Love is like huge with every culture. I don't think I have to explain that to you what love should mean. And also being kind and generous. That's just common things, right? Just to be kind. I mean, to be nice to people. If you don't know who they are, introduce yourself. Being generous. Picking, you see a tutu, having a hard time picking up something, pick it up, open the door. That's just being generous. Obvious things. But Hawaiian culture, aloha, even goes way further and deeper than that of being generous. Being respectful is key. Anytime you hear a kupuna, right, an elder speaking, you want to listen to them, right? Give them that time, to share their story, to share their interview. When you're listening to them, don't just cut them off. They're making time to sit down and do an interview with you. So you need to give them that time to explain themselves. And as a Hawaiian culture, sometimes you're going to spend hours. You might think that you can come there 15 minutes and do an interview. And that interview is going to tend to be 3 hours or pretty much the whole day. And you're going to have dinner with the kupuna. That's just part of it. That's Hawaiian culture. And if you're not used to embracing the culture and embracing the story and everything that surrounds it, then go back to the United States, go back to other countries and go film your thing. Because here, there's a respect for stories, there's a respect for elders, there's a respect for leadership in our community. And as Hawaiians, we embrace that. And caring for one another. In this world, there's less caring about people. But in Hawaiian culture, we care about a lot of people. Don't get me wrong that you have some good Hawaiians and then you have some bad ones. In every culture. That's just how it is. But I'm going to say majority of our Hawaiian people stick to this value of aloha. And we treat that with the most greatest respect when we approach a person and say hello till we leave. And when we do that, we really mean it. For me, when I'm starting a project or I'm interviewing somebody, I take it all into aloha. What am I trying to get out of this? How am I treating this kupuna? Am I giving them enough time? Am I researching enough to come up with that conclusion of how our story is going to be told, and how long is it going to take in order to find that answer? And for me, it's endless, but I do take out the time to do the research and to learn about who my kupuna was, what my culture was, to get a better understanding and not just to do an interview just to fill a spot that you need to do in order to do a bridge into a next scene. That's not what aloha is. Aloha is all about truly, genuinely, from your heart, having an understanding about what you're doing and approaching that situation, that subject, with the most respect of whatever it is. Aloha no kako. I just wanted to remind you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Hawaiian in the City, if you would like to join me and watch more videos of my episodes of how to film in Hawaii 101. I'm going to let you get back to the video, but until next time, ahui ho. Aloha is everything happy, anything that makes you feel good. That's the spirit that aloha absorbs. Anything bad or disrespectful is not what aloha is. And lastly, what I want to share about aloha is that aloha doesn't have to be something in front of you, right? Aloha is something that can be from to afar. I can have aloha for our Hawaiian people who may not be living here. For me, my aloha is when people is not looking, right? That's when you know that you're really sincere about showing this respect and this aloha, is that when nobody's looking, when you're going to like a sacred place and you're just respecting the place, right? Or when you're walking in the forest and you see rubbish on the ground, you pick it up and nobody's looking. And you just do it because that is part of what aloha is, keeping the place better than you left it. Time is another thing. Some kupuna may have passed, but that doesn't mean that their aloha is gone. You can always bring aloha back as long as you have their stories. And that's what's so valuable about being a filmmaker. Because when we as filmmakers capture our stories, we don't just take a picture. We take images. Thousands and thousands. Every frame is an image. And we're not only taking images, but we're also taking their audio, the sound of them. So their memory continues to live on forever. So with that, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching the most important episode. Probably out of all the episodes, this is the most important. It's about Aloha and incorporating that in filmmaking. And Aloha is a foundation, so I think this is where you would start. This is ground zero about where you would start before you even pick up the camera, or even if you do an interview, to learn the concept about Aloha. And until you can learn that and practice that within your own life, then I think you have a great career in filming in Hawaii. You're going to have a great success in networking with people and good relationships. So with that being said, my name is Keoni Alvarez from Hawaii. Ahui ho.